think we can all agree that this pandemic was planned allegedly by China. I think we can all agree that they probably thought that a reality TV star would not be able to handle it. And I think we can all say that China was laughing at us because we have a president that had no experience being a leader in the White House. And so they decided to unleash this bat virus, allegedly, to the United States of America. And that's just, I feel, and I think we can all agree on that, that's what happened. Hi, welcome to JOA. If you're new to my channel, I'd really appreciate it if you do subscribe and do click the bell. Please give me a big thumbs up on this video. Please share it. Please leave me a comment what you think below, as you always do. Please share it to your friends and on your social media pages. It really does help my channel. I want you guys to watch this clip and I'll come back with some more.
The whole time that Trump was president, I was home saying, please God, make there be an adult who controls this lunatic. I know, I was praying. Let there be somebody in the room who holds his arm back when he hits that, but goes to that button. And I blame all the people around him in his cabinet who did not invoke the 25th Amendment. Obviously, he was nuts. We've seen it for 4 years. We saw the crazy behavior. And God bless General Milley for straightening things out. I know that the chain of command is sacrosanct. I understand that. But this was an emergency. This guy, we had a certifiable nutcase in the White House.
But, Joy, I actually agree with Sonny. And I think the part I'm okay with is General Milley looked to the people below him and said, if you get a command of dealing with nuclear weapons, come to me first, which also breaks chain of command, because if the commander-in-chief commands it, that to me was a safety net, a bit of a whistleblower saying, you guys, look me in the eye right now. We're not pushing buttons, okay?
Secretary of Defense should
But to go to China is a problem to me, because just like we talked about back when the dossier came out, that we didn't agree with any politician doing foreign research on each other. I think there's a certain amount we've seen that they're going to infiltrate regardless. We don't need to be going to people that are our adversaries.
But wasn't the Chinese government saying, what's going on in America? I mean, what's going on with this guy?
You can just answer so like you do like your aunt and be like, we're good. We'll
no, why? He went to his counterpart in China and said, don't worry.
But he also said, this is the worst, pledged to alert him in the event of an attack. You can't tell China, we're coming for you. Like, we are united in that thing. And even if Trump's in charge, you go within. You go within our country. There are people.
But Secretary of Defense,
listen, he had a cabinet that should have invoked the 25th Amendment for 4 years, and they did not do it. How can you trust these people?
But Joy, imagine
right
now, some people, I do not agree with this, think that President Biden is dealing with some senility. Imagine now if you handed that power over and said, well, Trump did it, and they went to China and checked. Now, people that disagree with you will say,
it's not about that. I can believe my eyes. I see what's going on. Biden doesn't have senility.
No,
Trump
but what I'm
was
saying,
crazy, and you know it.
There are some people like you that believe the opposite of Biden. So what I'm saying is you have to be okay with the issue on both sides of the pendulum.
Of course, Bob Woodward. Bob Woodward is the journalist that exposed Trump, and knowing Trump knew about the virus. He exposed Trump because Trump knew about it. And you guys remember with the old audio tapes about Trump on record telling Bob Woodward that this COVID virus is 5% more strenuous than the flu, and once the tapes were released, Trump just said, well, Bob Woodward should have just said what he knew. Donald Trump said he personally just wanted to not scare people or anything. And so, I'm not really surprised that Bob Woodward had more information. This is just another sort of ploy for him to sell. He got a little book coming out. And so one of the things that they were saying that Miley, he was concerned about, he just reviewed the intelligence suggesting that the Chinese believed the U.S. was preparing to attack at that time. And Miley feared a hair trigger situation in which there could be miscalculation or a preemptive strike by China in an attempt to fend off or to get ahead of it. Now, this is an interview with NPR. At the time, there were tensions over military exercises in the South China Sea. These tensions were deepened by Trump's belligerent rhetoric towards China on the campaign trail. Somali tried to assuage these fears by saying the U.S. was stable and was not preparing lash out of China. Mali was concerned about the checks in the system and ensuring that there wasn't some sort of improper legal or immoral action, as he put it to senior officers. This is according to Stanley Becker, who is also the person to release the story along with Bob Woodward. So what he does on January 8th is to summon senior officers to review these procedures and to tell them the president has the authority to decide on action, but there are other steps. I also have to be made aware. I have to be made aware of that decision. So whatever happens, clue me in. And it's this remarkable scene in the book where he goes officer by officer, looks them in the eye, and asks them to affirm that they understood his directions. And of course, Trump was on Newsmax, and he did say that if this story is true, if General Milley did what he did, then this is treason. Speaking to the right-wing news organization Newsmax on Tuesday, Trump said if it is actually true, which is hard to believe, that he would have called China and done these things and was willing to advise them of an attack or in advance of an attack, that's treason. And of course, Trump did deny ever have been planning to do an attack on China. I think it's fair to say that we all can agree with that we should just move on from this and just, it's like, what for? I mean, we're in a pandemic, a lot of people in the South are going through hurricanes. I don't know if you're still struggling. Give me an update. It's been a while since I asked you guys for an update on your situation with COVID. Let me know if you're working, if you lost your job, if you found your job, whatever. Let me know in the comments below. It's sort of like a zeal and it's sort of calmness. And I see what The View is doing. I see what CNN is doing with Jake Tapper, just kind of like going against the grain with the administration, with Joe Biden. And I can see what The View is doing with this. They're trying to make the show more appealing, more interesting with disagreements. So they're watching. They're watching me. They're watching other people talk about the show. They're watching Twitter. So it's like, we see what y'all doing, or at least I see it. You guys are trying to make the show interesting. You guys are watching, and they're using Sara Haines for that, as she is probably the second most person that leans to the right, besides like Sunny Holson possibly, when there's just like four of them on the table. And of course, there's Anna Navarro, but yeah, so I see you, The View. I see you. Anyways, let me know what you think in the comments below. Please do subscribe and click that bell. I'd really do appreciate it, so you'll be the first to know when I upload. I'm blessed, y'all. A lot of people still going through that Hurricane Ida stuff. I am blessed. Shukran, ya Allah. Shukran, shukran, shukran. Deuces. Yeah.